Why, hello there, fellow anomalous researchers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, The Boundless Witch. Episode 57. The preparations for our own little ghoulie. Things seem to be much better. For now. I mean, famous last words and all, right? But hypothetically, yeah. It's always honestly a little touch and go. It doesn't stay nice for long in many cases. So here we go. We're going to do another freezer walk-in unit. We're probably going to need vents between the two sections. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out where the overhead mountain is so that we can plan the corpse and meat freezer appropriately. I don't think... Yeah, this aircon unit can't really handle another walk-in freezer, so we're going to need another aircon unit. But it's a start of the meat freezer. Not bad. Yeah, we aren't in a mental break loop. True. Could be worse. Could be significantly worse. So next birthdays. Snarf. Yeah, about a season. You are just in a few days, but that's to 11, so it's not a growth moment. And then that one's in 3 days. So Scorpia is growth tier 4. We'll definitely not hit 5. But at this growth tier, we will get 1 passion from 1 option and 1 trait from 4 options. It's too bad that we didn't hit 5 because that's 2 passions. But, you know, it was something. And then Azaroon's not having a birthday for a while. 7 is the next moment, so that's a while off. Okay, so we definitely have the freezer capacity now to run this. And then as we excavate it, we can figure out where we'll be able to lay out spots for meat and for corpses. Feed the ghouls. We have more people than seats. So I'm going to spend a little stone here. I'll do wood. Spend a little stone and wood to increase our seating capacity. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'll work. Obviously, they could be more efficient, but I'm not going for efficient. I don't want to have a weird empty room. And then once we have that, I'm going to do leader speech and then send Fangface out. I would like to potentially shutter this map tile by end of stream. Not like that lofty of a task, but that's my goal all the same. All right. Well, it's a freezer now. I'm not gonna bother start to stock it and shelve it yet, but soon. Yeah, I could get a lot more seats in this setup, I know. I said that I knew it wasn't very efficient, but still. All right, let's trigger a leader speech. First one ever. Oh, but that's going to take the place of the work drive. That's fine. It was encouraging. One of the big things is our social impact is much higher as we can actually, like, listen to stuff. I know it can't go above 100% max, but we don't have any penalties to it now, which is a big deal. Because we had penalties to it for a long time. Oh, you meant for future expansion? Yeah, there'll be space for later. So it's nighttime. I'm not gonna send Fangface out in the middle of the night. But the corpse freezer is looking good, and the ritual room, which... Oh, berries. Which is not the ideology ritual room, but the anomaly ritual room. Is getting set up, too. So maybe I'll change this to... Well, I don't have change color. You know, I kind of want... Let's get advanced lights, just like so that I can have the evil ritual room look like an evil ritual room. I mean, I know it's not exactly the smartest play for our research money, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Once Fangface is done with this lesson, I'll have him depart. Okay. Here we go. Fangface, form caravan, down to the mining site. You plus... Phoenix plus Blazing Rock. You can bring... Bag... Meds. Don't bring eggs. That's just weird. I guess none of the package will survive the fire that happened around the siege site. Oh well. And then Witch, let's go trade with the bulk goods trader, if there's time. So he's headed down there to try to get more uranium, because, I mean, honestly, I kind of need steel. One other thing I could do for steel is run around the map, slamming, because there's a bunch of slag here, so, I'll start processing the slag closer to where the slag is, and then we could create more slag by destroying any of the metal debris that's been around. This is also a bulk goods trader, so yeah, I'll just buy steel. It sucks, but like I'm out, so I'm why not? It's kind of harder to import it from another map tile most of the time, logistically at least. Do we have a lot of flufflope wool for you? Well, kind of. Not really. Good enough. So that should keep us afloat for a little bit longer to make components and the like. In truth, I should probably gift them a lot of stuff, but I just don't have a lot of stuff to gift. Because our relationship with them is kind of not great. But I have not been doing any sort of, like, wealth amassing. Yo, don't, no, what are you doing? You already don't have lungs. Oh, good God. It's because during these, like, rainstorms, the animals don't want to be outside, but it's way stupider to be in that cave. Like, that is the last place you want to be. Because it's full of gross. But you can't fix stupid. So, let's not make the same mistake we made last time. I'm going to do a hitching spot here. The zone for the animals will be here. And Fangface will mine there. There might be compacted machinery here. No, I think we got it all. There's compacted steel, but I'm desperate, but maybe not that desperate. And then there's, of course, the hermetic crate that we could check out as well. Is it fence time? Maybe? Just to keep them away from... Because as long as, like, they're not benefiting from the overhang, it should be fine. So, we got an animal pulsar. I don't know if that's, like, an ethical thing to ever use, given that we love animals. Oh, wow. There's a 3 and a 6-year-old. Fangface is not exactly good with children, so I'm not going to have him bear the responsibility of capturing them or anything like that. But this is a mining trip. Okay, we got advanced lights. So go back to... What was I doing? I'm totally blanking. There's a bunch of stuff that we could use. Oh, deep water. Yeah, it was hygiene. Deep wells. Thank you. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that we could use, but yeah, none of that was that. Alright, Fangface, there's your bed. And they'll slowly just get through the remainder of this. I might have you assigned to plant cuts so you can make a torch. Ah, we finally found non-granite. Not that it really matters, but I knew that there was some limestone down here because we see it here, but I wasn't sure where it ended. So this uranium is going to be useful for making mini turrets and some other stuff. Hopefully Fangface will be able to bring back a whole bunch. I won't be time pressured to rush or whatever. Do we have farming stuff for you guys? No, surprisingly not. Soon, in like a minute. So your birthday's what, tomorrow? No, 3 days. 2.5 days. Oh, God. That color of the smog. That is brutal. Oh, there we go. So, Scipia. Well, you just want to shoot things. Cool. And then... Wow. Wow. Well, you can be a nudist just like the other boys. I know you're not a boy. Abrasive, I guess? I mean, I don't know what your interpersonal relationships are like. Ugh. Fine. Abrasive. No, I'm going to do it later. So let's see. Do you have friends? You do have friends. I mean, you're a slob. A slob nudist is just like, oh god. I'll do abrasive. It's the least annoying. Yikes. So, try not to get in any arguments, but I know that will be next to impossible for you to do. Good luck. Yeah, Wimp is not terrible for a shooter. The problem is, like, if you're ever in a situation where you get, like, burned and you just collapse, then it's like, oh, well, I guess you're just going to burn to death, right? Like, there's some times where you just don't. I would say Wimp is better for animal tamers more than anything else. It makes total sense for someone trying to tame an animal, because if the animal fights back and you're a Wimp and you just fold like a chair immediately, then you don't really get killed all that much. But that would be the only time where, like, Wimp is a true benefit. Most of the time, it's not. So now we have dupe wells. Cool. Let's go and get... So there's a lot of really important stuff here. I had mentioned potentially shuttles. That would be really good for mining trips, but we do have Omu, so maybe it's not that necessary. Deep drilling could be really helpful here. Standard mech tech could be helpful. Jump packs, recon armor, bio sculpting. I don't think I would ever growth that anyone, because that's not what we're about. I think of all of these, deep drilling makes the most sense with ground pen scanning, because we're having resource scarcity problems back at home, you know, where we don't have any steel. So that solves a steel problem potentially. Yeah, the reason why I went with abrasive over creepy breathing is immediate minus 25 opinion from, like, all pawns that aren't deaf. Where abrasive is like, you're just more likely to insult others, and you become conceited if you get royal rank. So I just won't give her royal rank, and then it's not a problem. And then, like, there's a higher insult likelihood, but, like, oh no, you know. So that's why I went with that over creepy breathing. Now, creepy breathing you can counter, however, with aesthetic shaper and aesthetic nose, that the lost traits can then subsequently be gained, right? So if we take a look at, like, Joker, right, we have the physically appealing plus 20 of the aesthetic nose. So, like, you can counter the creepy breathing, whereas you can't really counter abrasive. You can't, like, unless you rip out their tongue to keep them from insulting people. So I can see the other way around, where creepy breathing is less of the severe trait if you intended, like, shove shapers and noses in them. But I didn't intend that. And it's not, I mean, so far they haven't really, there hasn't been a consequence, a negative consequence of that yet. So there is shamblers here. I'm also wondering if, I'm not intending to open up any of those, like, caskets. I don't really care. They're going to be adults. Ancient soldiers are never kids. So, like, I don't need to go in there. And then I'm not going to stay for the steel, I don't think. So I'm just going to leave here in just a moment. Alright, so here we go. And this will shut down the mining outpost. Provided we have the weight for everything. So you're... Oh, no, we don't have the weight. That's enough. I don't need more than that. It's fine. Did we really eat all our meals? I mean, we must have. So, yeah, you need to get home for, like, food reasons. Oh, there was another hitching spot over there? God damn it. I didn't know. And it's... I thought I was being smart by, like, packing the caravan here and then... Cancel forming and try again. Why am I so cursed with I hate caravan to begin with. And then... Now you're just getting rained on. Yo, animals, hold on. Because he's about to have a mental break and he's like also starving. Animals, wake up. Move. We need to get out of there. It's one of the reasons why you love vehicle mods. I get it. They do solve a lot of issues, I suppose. Oh, there was meals. I know we're overweight. I don't care. I'll drop like a uranium as we exit. And I know I'm leaving behind the dread leather bedroll. Also don't care. Items. Abandoned 1 uranium. Yep, now we're moving. Cool. And the intent is to ditch this. Because it's all out of useful resources. So, we can go somewhere new. The reason why I didn't care about the bedroll is it's like dread leather and like it weighs a lot. I'd rather have the uranium because we have plenty of dread leather back here at the base that I'm not using for anything because it is disturbing. Oh man, 229. You know what? You know what? Industrial. Just I want to be cured. And we have a quest called Pod Swarm. Okay, I think everybody except for Scorpia is cured of gutworms, and she is, like, not even close to being cured. I'll give her industrial meds. So Pod Swarm is 12 hives for 12 honor. That's a pretty good deal. Now, the only thing that I would say if we want to do that is we'll probably need to excavate a larger region here because 12 hives aren't going to fit in our bait zone. But I have 5 days to do that. Do we accept Pod Swarm? And here they come. Lots of uranium. Yeah, Fangface is reasonably stressed. Drink some tea, bud. Here, in fact, consume some jelly. Or you're sleeping, whatever, that's fine. How is nobody slag smelted? So the little bits of pollution that we generate periodically through mech ownership are easily absorbed by the Pollux trees, if you've noticed, which is great. We're able to automate a lot of the sort of like drudgery tasks, and that's super, super helpful. Witch has been like smoothing out the bedrooms, and they're looking pretty decent. I mean, it kind of looks like an ant hive. Oh no. Mech cluster with a smoke spewer. Alright, with any luck, I can clear this without losing any ears. I don't know why I said that aloud like that. I shouldn't have. My Witch is gonna go down there with Fantasy. I don't need travel supplies because God knows I don't sleep. And we're just gonna like smash it and run. Sounds reasonable. And it looks like you guys do want Pod Swarm accepted. So I'm just going to choose to accept Pod Swarm for honor. It's the best of the rewards by far. We don't really need a Persona Core, and a few, like Silver and Global Meds is nice, but that's the value of this honor is way, way higher. I can get a couple of spares for later. Oh, don't curse me. This should be enough room to do something goofy like this, where we well, not a light there, where we put corpses deeper into the freezer, like human-like corpses. Well, I'm glad Witch isn't here. And then we have like normal meat in the front section. I think this is big enough. Just make a little bit more corpse storage and we'll be good. Deep drilling's done. That doesn't mean anything without ground pen. And then we also have danger pods. A mech cluster will land here with a gunner, 2 Minotaurs, a defoliator, 2 mech nodes, a high shield, a birther, a drop beacon, a capsule, and sluggers, and for that reward? No. No. Alright, which arrived? Oh, that one is super annoying. I don't like it at all. Because I can't get out easily. Oh, dang it. Noctul! Why is it always two things happening at once? I never can just do one thing. It's like, oh, you know, entity escape plus fight with mechs. Like, this is the second time that has happened. Could I punch my way out the top? Yeah, I could. With the wall in the way, this is just turrets. So, actually, yeah, it's gonna be hard to get out of here. Because yeah, there's it's too bad the smoke spewer EMP event won't like affect the turrets. All right. Which you're allowed in that zone. Hope I painted it right? Yes, I did. Oh. Phooey. Well, mine quick. Actually, just go over here. Luckily, she doesn't eat or sleep, so she can work her way out of the situation. Alright, and then the other half of the problem is the Noctul coming. So, the door has 23% left. Pop it open. Fire! Oh, it's the same idiot from before. And it's down. Oh, it's down again. It just really wanted to scratch up Azaroon. Like you do. Ah, we got rid of a long. Where did... so Fantasy? You are gonna die. Hey, Ban. Thank you for the raid. You were also marathoning us something, maybe? What were you playing? Probably Stolen? Did you... Please tell me you pirated the game. I'm kidding. Alright, Fantasy, go to Zone 2. Well, welcome. Pleasure to have you guys here. We are... I myself am just wrapping up. Where, I'm... You know, just trying to finish this old nonsense. It's a free playtest? Well, then I guess you can't steal it. I am very worried for Scorpia's mental state being that she's outside the base, but like, I am not going to be able to fix that right now. Yo, witch, don't start. Oh my god. She's stargazing us. She's getting shot by incendiary turrets. Why would you do that? It's a really good game. 2 days in a row, 12 hours plus each. Sweet. Sounds fun. I'll check it out. So we did manage to destroy the smoke spear. So we're not like having our plants die off or whatever. Witch is working her way out of this zone. She has to like mine through a whole damn mountain because I didn't plan accordingly. If I could go back in time and plan better, I think what I would have done is like... Actually, there was a huge proximity sensor, so I don't know if there was really anything else to do here, to be honest. It was a trap, and I walked into it. We haven't built... So we researched the deep well, but we haven't yet built one. But yeah, there's obviously massive water capacity underwater or underground around here. So let's drop this thing here. 11,000 liters. Actually, maybe like... I'm just going to go ham here. I'm going to put one here and one like here so that we don't have water issues anymore, because screw water issues. They're not cool at all. And then we can just irrigate even the outside. Like we could just irrigate whatever we want. Now we don't have good drills yet, but like we'll get there. And luckily I zoned Fantasy away from just like walking into the turrets. She was about to do that. Yeah, they don't even overlap. Should be fine. Now, we don't have a ton of steel, so, like, it's not maybe the best idea to use a whole bunch of steel for those two projects, but whatever. I'm gonna do it anyway. I acknowledge it's a bad idea, and I'm doing it anyway. Okay, she snapped out of it. She only needs, so let's give her herbal meds. She only has a little bit of gutworms left. I need 41. Yeah, she's scared. And Witch is out. Sweet. She is tenacious and managed to get out of there. No, not reinforcements. Send, no. Oh, you know what? I just have to walk out because it's not been made safe. And you're with Fantasy? No? Did you leave her behind? No. Okay. You're with Fantasy. Cool. Head home. Go ahead. Alright, is the, no, the combat supply is still here. Cool. Thought I'd missed it. Skin hardening is another really important one for ghouls. Ghouls don't wear armor. I could make a pink ghoul. Ghouls don't wear armor, and if you don't mind their movement speed penalties as a result of skin hardening makes them, like, tough as nails. Or tougher than nails, even. The only problem is I don't really have the money to buy something that pricey. So that's going to have to be a pass. Because even if I sold the stuff I care to keep, I mean, I would have to sell like a shuttle engine, so yeah. It's a dream of mine to have the perfect ghoul. I've had it in the past in other series and other runs, but with any luck, we'll get the opportunity to get skin hardening again. Tough as plasteel nails. Yeah, that's about right. This room is maybe... Nope. Still needs more mining. Wait, how are you... I swear, she was... Had like 2 mental breaks back to back? Oh, you crapped yourself. Cool. I mean... Never mind. No comment. So which is, I am surprised how slow she's coming back. I know it's like mountainous, but still, it feels snail pace. So here is the ritual spot once the chunks are hauled away. And then we'll be able to summon in like flesh beast, shamblers, you know, whatever else. I'm so glad I planned that fence. It's been so helpful to keep the the flufflopes out of there. I queued it up like last season. Has it been made? No. Of course not. Alright, Witch is back. Frannis is back. We've got 2 deep well projects that I think are both, you know, needing to be done. Which, luckily, she's going to be on construction duty now she's here, and she'll help out getting those finished. And I think that's probably going to be the last projects I work on for this stream. That's like my end point. We have a lot of preparation for the ghouls, a ghoul freezer, and the ritual room. One thing I don't have with the ritual room, though, is the, because we haven't yet got it, is the, like, I haven't made void sculptures. So I think that would be useful to make. It's what, max 6? And then the other thing that we need to do, before I forget, is if we do the pod swarm thing, to open up space here. So I'll have Fangface try to get that. Not that I'm likely to do that this stream. So the void sculptures, you can have 6. So I'll queue up 6, because I'm not really using Bioferret for anything else. And actually, I already have the Bioferret for it. Never mind. So we've been harvesting these guys like crazy. These little noctils. Alright, let's get the deep water well going first. And then we can work on the other one. God, that's too bright. Streaming for 12 hours, my eyes burn when I look at stuff like that. So again, the reason for the deep water wells is our 2 irrigation sprinklers like completely drain our water tanks every time they go spray. Which means then no one can take a shower or a bath. As someone that has lived in a house on well water, where like the well pumps weren't great, it's annoying to have to ration water. especially when you shouldn't need to. So now our pipe pump ground capacity is way, way different. We could just sneak in and I don't have a lot of steel, so this is a bad idea, but I'm just going to sneak in another pump over here. Also, is it just me or is this smelter off and also on? Right now it's off, but it's powered on. What is... You can't be both. Schrodinger's smelter. Alright, so our pump... We have... Yes, okay. We have a lot more pump. You know, I would even go so far as to say, let's do the plumbing for the other deep water well, but I don't think we could even pipe the capacity, so there's no point in making it. What is going on with this thing? Wait, okay, it's on power now. It must have been on dead power. Yeah, it must have been connected to dead power. But for some reason or another, it like was illuminated as if it was on, but then I wasn't like paying power for it. It was really strange. Another thing I realized is Witch was told not to do art. So if we do want to get the, oh, there she goes. The void sculptures. So taking a quick look, we are going to prepare for ghouls and pod swarm. And maybe the last thing I do this stream will be the pod swarm. So the walls, like this wall is done for, but the walls closest to the entrance are all set and fine. So Witch, you're gonna go grab a Molotov, and we're gonna get ready to kill some bugs. Now, the only risk here is if there isn't room for the swarm in the bait area. The other thing I need to do is to check that everything in here is the correct temperature. Which, this is teeter-tottering on being a little too warm, but it isn't yet too warm. So it's like close, but it's not going to kill me. If there's not enough room, what can sometimes happen is it will fill up the area and then it will spill over to the outside, which would be much harder to deal with because then you have an insect swarm. Oh, we have compacted machinery. You would have an insect swarm exposed outside and not confined where it can burn. And that would be bad. All right. Sorry, Fang Face, just burn the midnight oil, get a little bit of compacted machinery, and then we'll let you turn in. Because there's only... Oh, nope. He is done. He is like, nope, screw you, guy. I'm out. Of which, finalize the mining. Because I only have 17 hours before the pod swarm has to be here, right? Where I abandon the quest. And the pod swarm, I think, will make me eligible to become a praetor. I would need... Actually, I wouldn't need anything to become a praetor. I think I'm fully eligible. That's cool. Because it doesn't need a harpsichord as far as I know. I think that's the rank thereafter. Or Baron. Baron is harpsichord, yeah, but not praetor. Cool. You know, actually, let's go ahead and Why is it oh, you are not allowed to eat anything. Let's... Okay, apparently I can't have fun and eat insect jelly like it's a drug. So, drink some tea, and then get ready to set all the bugs on fire. So here we go. Pod swarm. Accept. And I got lucky. It is all internal to the tunnel. I should have waited until I was like standing at the ready to burn them, but whatever. Okay, here we go. Toss long. Oh, shoot. No, that one was totally ready to jump me. I'm going to try to get out of its way to not piss it off and then have them reset. Although they're not going to be able to reset through the door. That was not well done on my part. Yeah, so a few of these guys are like stuck outside. So I'm going to rally the troops to help me with that. And then animals get back indoors. Yeah, I should have been standing right there. Oh well. Live and learn. If I can land a Molotov shot, like, on the door, I can burn the other side. Nope. Just got locusts. And they're gonna be nibbling on me. Don't worry, your friends are here. Alright, so now they're not crowding the door, and this will be a lot easier. Not that it's much consolation, but at least in this, oh, is that Spellipede? Yeah. In this, I might be able to get some more insect meat this way. Alright, but that Mega Scarab needs to move. Because it's propping the door open. Moro, can you haul it? Or just burn everything there. God, this is such a mess. Of all the other times I did this, it was like picture perfect. And this time is just like a complete and utter joke. Fatigue. Let's just say extreme fatigue. And of course, it's the highest stakes. I'm actually going to revert and not do it wrong. I'm just gonna do myself a favor. After 13 hours of streaming, that's how it is going to be. What it should have been. So now I know that there's like components there. What it should have been is I should just been standing here ready to throw it in as soon as they phased in. So let's do it right. Let's end the stream on a high note, not a low note, because I'm going to go back to where I know the components are, mine it up, stand at the ready, and burn them good. Yeah, end of stream miscalculations. It wasn't even a miscalculation, and it was a bad idea. The problem is, like, when enemies are given movement orders, it's like an attack move order, where they're going to... So if a bug's here, and it just gets an order to, like, move south, they're going to complete that order unless you attack them directly. And I timed it in such a way that that door propped open right as that Spellipede ended its, like, move order. So it could reissue an order to close the distance. So it was just, like, poor timing on my part. So it was a difference of, like, half a second whether that door was going to be open or closed. Like, that was the difference. And that's, I guess, what's most frustrating. But, you know, whatever. Revert, repeat. I'll be fine this time. Yeah, I was gonna throw it in before they unburrow. Like, that would be the ideal, is as they are actually actively spawning it in, you just burn them, and then you don't have to deal with them, really. That's the golden standard. And what I'll aim to do this time around. Because I still have 12 hours to accept. I'm just letting Witch get a little R&R. Alright, let's go do it. Plenty of fire. And we're done. And not only that, but what I can do here, which is like extra cruel, is prop the door open as if there's a path out, but because it's so full of fire, they're not going to be able to make it. And what that does is it encourages them to then catch themselves on fire and then spread the fire even more. Yep, that Spellipede will make it out, though. But I don't want it propping open the door, so I'm going to back up. Always a frickin' Spellipede. Has a rune? I was trying to wonder who's, like, closest to help me. No, keep running. Ground pet scanning is done. Cool. Next up, let's go with... autocannon? And yeah, they're cooked. It's 1,000 degrees in there. Stop stopping! Doc Randall, would you be so kind as to escort an idiot? Oh, wrong bond. Never mind. I take it back. Blizzard Rock, you will do it. Come help the dummy. Alright, don't shoot Witch, please. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Alright, take a look at the damage. Yeah, they're dead. Bangface, I advise you not to do that. Actually, now it doesn't really matter. Because they're very dead. I would not mind the jelly and the meat if I can recoup it. No, come on, man. No, still, no. How many no's do you need? Well, you need that one at least. Trying to get him to, like, break in to release all the hot air, and he's just like, no, I want to open the door. There might be a locust or two. Yeah, so there was a locust that popped. Morrow, you want to join us? Snarf. Azaroon. And this is just to try to maximize bug meat for ghoul feeding. Yeah, there's a locust. Don't vomit on me. And then also maximizing insect jelly, because each of these hives that I'm not allowing to burn early can then be destroyed for jelly, and that's a lot of jelly. Chester, thank you for the resub. And there it is. Praetor ceremony and everything. And a full clear of a pretty significantly large hive. Done right this time. Not like an idiot like last time. Yeah, let's end on a Praetor ceremony, shall we? Just one more turn, just one more turn. But yeah, might as well. They landed here. Okay. Tantrum was like, no, I don't want a Praetor ceremony. I want to bash. Hey, Vermeer, can you uninstall that turret? I don't know if it will help, but it would be really funny if we stopped him. You're gonna bash the other one. I should have seen that coming. Because it tries to target something of equivalent value. So how about not that one? How about not that one too? Wait, no! Not like that! Fangface, could you just... Okay, I feel like I'm playing musical chairs with Fangface now. Well, I guess you won't be in attendance to my ascendance to Praetor, because you just are... This is so funny. Vermeer's like, sir, please. This is a Wendy's. Cut it out. Stop it. Ha! He's not having a tantrum anymore. He got beaten to submission by a constructoid. I win. Sorry, Fangface. You've been outsmarted by a robot. A clanker. And you probably pissed yourself in the process. Did you? No, you didn't. I kind of wish you did. Finally. The Bestower Warmonger. Yeah, no, you're a warmonger. A rich kid who wants to kill people. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's the face of someone who needs to wear a veil to prevent people from knowing who you really are. Yes, those eyes are... I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here to kill. It was honorable, just like all the others. And we already have met all of the requirements for the Praetor requirements, because the throne room is good enough, the bedroom is good enough. And we got Skip. The best. That would have solved this whole bug problem. She would have just been like, go back inside, you idiots. And threw them back with Skip. And with that little bombshell, and maybe putting on my proper gun again, I think this is where I'm going to leave off for the stream. Thank you so very much for tuning in to August's miniseries marathon, continuing the Boundless Witch. Thank you for tuning in to the Boundless Witch, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, viewers like you that support the channel, and all the people that turned out to the marathon. I really appreciate it. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow orphans in the orphanage.